Hi everybody, this is Rose of Sharon, and I'm back again with another musical review. I just recently had a chance to see the Buddy Holly story, which was actually performed at Beef and Boards. It's a dinner theater that is in Indiana, and it is absolutely sensational. If you're like me and you grew up with the old classic rock and roll and rockabilly and what could later be determined as, I guess you could call it alternative rock. But Buddy had a distinctive style and is very interesting. He started off as a country western group with the Crickets, and of course, he didn't want it to stay that way. He wanted to play rock and roll, and Hot Pockets wouldn't let him do it. He said, "No, you can't do that. You got to play country western and all that." But he was a little bit of a rebel, so he decided it was either his way or the highway. He didn't seem to be like Frank Sinatra in the way that he did things. He had patience. It seemed that he got along with his friends. Everything was going along just peachy, but of course there was foreshadowing when one day the record company happened to just put one song that was done by Buddy and the Crickets under Buddy's name, and eventually the band broke up. I don't know whatever happened to the Crickets, but I'm not sure if they went on to do their own thing, because you really don't hear about the Crickets after that. After Buddy became famous, the Crickets kind of faded into obscurity, but he's a great American icon, and just he seems like he was a musical genius. The music is absolutely sensational. I love rock and roll. I grew up with it. I'm a bit of a rebel myself. Even though I was trained classically, I adore rock and roll, heavy metal, classic rock, rockabilly, and some R&B and blues, and folk songs, and good country western, not the newfangled stuff that's ridiculous and insane and ludicrous. No offense. But the older country, I enjoy bluegrass. I'm not really a fan of bluegrass. Uh, Musical is absolutely spectacular. You've got Richie Valens and the Big Bopper, and it seems like the three of them, the three amigos, the trifecta as I call them, they were just such a force of music, and this their songs were iconic, and we know them even today. And I'm sure that Mr. Valens' family gets royalty every time La Bamba is played. Of course, La Bamba the movie. I've never seen it. I need to really badly, because I've always loved the song La Bamba. And actually, that's the first song that was played entirely in Spanish. And people loved it, even though they probably didn't understand the lyrics. And it's, it's a song about somebody who really isn't a mariner. He considers himself the captain of La Bamba, and it's his, it's kind of like it's an assertion song, and it's more of, I know who I am. This is my identity. I declare it to you, and the shipyard, and just it's really a beautiful song, and I absolutely love it. Plus, it's got a great beat. You can dance to it. It's just got that really crazy Latin flavor, which I adore. And of course, Big Bopper had Chantilly Lace. That was his big hit. Chantilly Lace is just one of those fun songs, like with Sam the Sham and Wooly Wooly. That one just, it makes you smile. Mungo Jerry, same thing with In the Summertime. That was way later than, Chantilly Lace, because Chantilly Lace was one of those songs that was written when the teeny boppers they were starting to come out, and sock hops and all that, and all the dance crazes were becoming extremely vogue, and Yeah, it was a time of change, I think, and it was a simpler time. Women had it rougher, I do believe. Things have changed, but um, I don't know if it's for the better or for the worse. It's hard to say. There were a lot of good things that I liked about the 50s and 60s. I should have been born in the 50s and 60s, but alas, I wasn't. Uh, I give the musical 2 thumbs up, 5 stars, hands down. It is just, it's a spectacle. You get to sing along, and normally you wouldn't be able to do that in a musical, but it's one of those things you gotta sing along. It's fun, and it was just a really enjoyable, euphoric time for me. I was just ecstatic. It's the closest I'm gonna get to an actual Buddy Holly concert without actually seeing the man himself, and it's just they play upon the tragedy too. It's sad that Richie, and the Bopper all died. They died in the same place, and it breaks my heart because I love those three equally, and that was my childhood. It is still part of my life today, and they transformed my love of music and just added to my different genres that I enjoy. Is even if you grew up classically trained like myself, you can still like rock and roll. Rock and roll, yeah, it's definitely an American thing. It's just something that evolved out of different kind of styles of music over time, and same thing with jazz. It's just jazz is one of those things. It's sophisticated. Rock and roll is more of the protesters methodology of getting a message across, and of course I always love the song story, and what they're trying to convey through their lyrics and emotion. And I think all of us can relate to that if we love music, because it speaks to all of us on a very personal, visceral level that we can grasp onto. But that's all I gotta say about the Buddy Holly experience, and I would highly recommend it if you're a Buddy Holly fan, or even of Ritchie Valens or the Big Bopper, even though they're less of a draw than the man himself. But that's about all I gotta say. So until next time, live and prosper. Ciao, Tutti.